Welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 5, Part 4. And we're going to be switching off post-commentary for this part for now, because we're going to be starting up with actual A-Spec races. What I want to do is I want to go in and do the IB license, but I'm only level 8, and you have to be level 9 to do the IB license, which is really stupid. This XP system sucks. Anyway, I'd already been in this menu before, but there was some like pop-up that said, "Welcome to the world of A-Spec" or something like that. I don't know, I wasn't really looking. Anyways, we're going to be starting off with the Sunday Cup, and the car we're going to be using, which I literally just showed, we're going to be using this Mazda Atenza Concept that I got from getting, I believe it was all silver in the A license test. So we have 3 races to do. We have 3 laps Auto Ring Mini, 2 laps at Grand Valley, and 2 laps at Scuba, and obviously we're going to be doing all of them. Let's begin. Now later on I am going to be ending up cutting up these loading screens because sometimes they take forever, but for now I'll just leave them in as is. And as for our driving options, I'm going to be turning traction control down to a 2. I'm going to be leaving everything else. I probably could turn traction control off, but honestly, I'd rather just leave it like this. So, here is our competition. It's a Mazda 6.5 door, which is, I think, very similar to what I'm driving. A Nissan Silvia Q's S13, a Honda Fit, a Honda CRX Del Sol. You got me in the Atenza, a Daihatsu Storia, or Sirion, depending on where you live. A Peugeot 206 S16, and then a Citroen C4 Coupe. Let's begin. Some of these early game payouts make GT7 payouts look like freaking lottery. They are pretty low. Okay, this is one of the things that annoys me no end about this game is that when you close the game and then reopen it, it auto defaults back to that stupid bumper cam. Is it really? And it only took them until I think either GT Sport or GT7, both of which are basically the newest games in the series, for them to change it. I don't know why. Why did it take them that long to make what should have been an option from basically the very beginning to be like that? Whatever. I can make a whole Gran Turismo rant video, but honestly, I'm not going to. Well, not yet, at least. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. Alright. Okay, maybe this car is a little bit OP for this event. Honestly, this car does drive really nice. Won't lie. Handles quite nicely. And this is a standard car. There is an interior cam, but that's what it looks like. It's the Void. So we're not going to be using the interior cam with standard cars. I might use the interior cam sometime with the premium cars when I am driving them. Whenever that may end up being, because there's not very many premium cars in this game. Generally, I think the standard cars in this game outnumber the premiums, like probably something like 5 to 1. Probably, that's actually probably an even bigger ratio than that, but I have no idea. And some of the some of the standard cars from GT5 did get remodeled for GT6. Like they got new interior, like model interiors, all that. Some of them they just model the exterior. A lot of them are just left as is. I'd rather have higher quality cars and have 1,200 cars. I still love GT6 dearly. It's still my favorite game of all time. But it was so bizarre having cars from a game that came out 12 years before that game came out. And the models were literally the exact same. Logic ain't right now. So I might have picked a pretty competitive car, or a pretty powerful car, maybe a little bit too powerful for this event. But honestly, I'm not going to complain, because I do actually quite like this. And there we go. That is the first of a lot of races, hopefully, that we'll be doing in this Let's Play. So we were about a 4-second gap over the Mazda 6.5 door, and then a 10-second gap over the 206. Honestly, I would have expected the Storia to lose. I feel like that's probably the least powerful of the group, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was the fifth that was the least powerful. Who knows? Alright, let's move on to Grand Valley. I believe this is the... This is the East course. Okay, yeah. I wasn't 100% sure. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this little recording, or not this recording, this loading screen out. Alright, we got all our opponents loaded up. We're going against another C4 coupe, a Sylvia Q's Arrow, the S14, a either Opel or Vauxhall Tigra, a Volkswagen Lupo GTI, and then we got me and the Atenza, another Del Sol CRX, a Will VS, and then another Daihatsu Storia. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's do this race. Look how ridiculous that model looks, dude. You can just tell that is a PS2 model. I don't know what game this car was added in, but I feel like it was probably GT4. I think this is a GT4. It might be a GT3 car. I don't know. I don't know the PS2 games very well. Let's get on these two. Oh, please don't go to the sand. For the gravel. I've always called it the sand. That's why I'm... I don't know. Anyway, I might end up passing everyone pretty quickly. Don't worry, for the next segment will be the FF challenge. It'll either be the FF challenge, whenever the FF challenge may be, either if it's either the next segment or possibly the segment after that. I'm going to use something probably not nearly as OP. Okay, this Citroen C4 is being really... Well, it was being really defensive. I don't even think I needed to brake there. I just braked because that was the line said. But sometimes the line lies, as we all know. Go and go full throttle out of here, basically. Oh, maybe we do that. See how far behind us? Oh, whoa. Okay. There's a pretty considerable gap between me and that Citroen C4. Yeah, an over 2-second gap. And this is the last lap. This race. This... Whatever. Oh my god, I can't believe I slept in this car for so long. I actually really like this, driving this. Probably, the one I have on my main profile is probably long gone. I probably sold that one forever ago. I don't really want to have to sell cars in this Let's Play, but push comes to shove, and if I need money, stuff's going to be going. This probably won't end up going for a while, though. In fact, I might use this for multiple events, but who knows, I guess we'll just find out in the future. You definitely have to brake there. You probably don't need to brake early there. Oh, there we go, on understeering. Now look at that gap between me and the C4. There we go. It's a 3-second improvement over my first lap. 2.7-second gap over the C4 Coupe, and then a 7-second gap over the Storia. Right, 4,100 credits. Oh, we're so close to level 8, or level 9. We might be able to do the IV license in the next part. I really hope we are able to, because that would be optimal. Alright, for this race it's a coupe, but we have a field basically almost entirely cars that we have not seen yet. We got the Renault Megane 2.0 16B, we got the Tigra that is returning, the 2002 Mini Cooper, the Atenza Sport 25Z, which we have not seen in this event, but I did drive it in the A license as part of A2 in that terrible test. We got me and the Atenza Concept. We got a Hyundai Tiburon GT, a Mazda Roadster 1800 RS, and then another CRX Del Sol, which we saw, I believe, in both of the previous races. I know we saw it at least one of them. Although I have a feeling we saw it at both. All right, here we go. Honestly, I am kind of a fan of these little clips that play right before a race. I don't know. Maybe I'm just I might be the only person in history I've ever to have actually complimented that, but it's how I feel, so it's what I'm gonna say. No, he's bumping that name. Why did I go wide? That was a dumb decision to go wide, but gotta get around this again here. Honestly, I think that generation of again is a very strange looking generation. It almost looks like the Aventine. I'm not sure if they were designed by the same people. I know the Aventine was a car designed by Matro, or the Aventine was, I think, built by Matro. Don't know if it was designed by Matro, but that generation of Megane looks like the Aventine. Or maybe it was just a Renault design language thing back in the early 2000s. I don't know. Renault cars are not sold in America. Well, new Renault cars are not sold in America, and they haven't been for a while. If you want a French car in America, your only option is basically a Bugatti. That wasn't an exaggeration, by the way. Well, I've heard Alpine is supposed to be coming to America soon. Probably not with the A110, which is a shame, because I absolutely love the A110. Both the new ones and the old ones. Alright, let's try and not go wide here. That was better, but still not great. Yeah, there is the short course that is in the Forza Motorsport games that do have Tsukuba. I'm not sure why they never added it to Gran Turismo. It couldn't be that hard to add, surely. Oh. Okay, back on the throttle. I wish severely this game had a free cam. Yeah, like that right there, that could very easily be added, I'm sure. Right. Do this corner, maybe ease up the gas a little bit, and get back on the gas, and there we go. That's the end of the Sunday Cup. Nice little short series to get you into the game. Oh, okay, wow, the Tiburon came first, or second. So it's the Tiburon with a 4-second gap, and then the Mini Cooper with a 9-second gap. Interesting. Alright, to get our money. Hey, level 9, we can do the IB license now. That's pretty awesome. Alright, now that we've finished that, we're going to go back to the menu and see what prize card we get. You get prize cards for completing all of these. Because this game just loves throwing prize cards at you or something, I don't know. You reach level 9, Jeff Gordon NASCAR School Intermediate can have you played. I will not be doing that for a while. Win a Vitz U Euro Sport Edition from 2000. Okay. Let's get our new Toyota Vitz, which is going to be red. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, I'm pretty sure it's a standard car. In Super Red V, or Super Red 5, I'm not sure which one that actually is. I could probably use that one for the Vitz race, except I'm not. Because I'm either going to buy the Yaris, or the Vitz that's in this dealership, or if I get lucky and find the RS Turbo, I'm going to buy it from the used dealership. Anyways, I guess we can take a look at our Vitz. 83 whole horsepower. That's awesome, I guess. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this segment of GT5. I almost called it GT7. Been streaming GT7 too much. Anyways, this is going to wrap up our segment of This is going to wrap up this segment of GT5. Can I not talk? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!